We welcome you back on Brookdale TV as we get set to start Game 2 of the doubleheader. Brookdale and Suffolk County were underway with strike one on a foul ball. Dom Lafroskia leading off. He is the first baseman as they face John Goods, the right-hander for the Jersey Blues today, after a 16-1 Game 1 win earlier. And he spins the breaking ball over for a called strike, and quickly it's 0-2. Will Winter, Lucas Quinlan will follow in the opening inning. And he misses upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he got him on a pitch in the dirt, and the toss down to first in time, and that's the first out. So 1 out. Will Winter coming up, the center fielder starting for a second straight game. And that one goes up and over the head into the backstop, ball 1. Well, Suffolk only had 2 turns through the order in Game 1, as they only managed just 1 run on the board, and that's fouled off the foot, and that shook up Winter as he's hobbling. So he'll try to shake off the pain, but this is going to be a tough one as he drops to a seated position, and it's going to get some attention. He's really hurting. It's tough to see. It's Pete Blumenauer coming out as well. The athletic trainer is out there, but Winter is shaken up after fouling that one off somewhere in the lower leg. So they tend to him as we're just underway in this top of the first inning. Winter makes his way to his feet. And looks like he gets a pat on the back. We'll try to continue the at-bat. For the sophomore, played his high school baseball at William Floyd in New York. One out, nobody on, top of the first. And John Goods will throw warm-up pitch in the process. Right-hander has an ERA of 7.31 in his 16 innings. That's down low. A ball and a strike. Over Goods, flagged down by Colbert. Throw across his body is offline as Siv has to come off the bag. Nice effort by Colbert, but an infield hit for Winter, and good to see that was able to run as hard as he was after really being shaken up on that foul ball. So he's at first with the game's first hit. And standing in now, Lucas Quinlan. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in Game 1. Goods has a 3-1 record this year, and this is fourth start. Snap throw to first and not quite in time. Close play as they nearly had Winter too far off the bag. And Andrews alertly threw down. Nearly recorded an out. And the 1-0 pitch. 2-0. Defensively in this game, too, Brookdale has Schmidt, Smith, and Lavarco. That's the same group manning the outfield. On the infield, Bresniak, Serrano on the left side. Pitch is low. Colbert and Siv on the right side, so that all sounds familiar. And Shane Andrews doing the catching in this second game for Goods. And high ball 4, so he walked him on 4 straight. And the Sharks have put 2 on in this opening inning. Goods had been pitching well, but then he ran into that Rowan Glaster team, and so that's why the ERA looks a little unsightly at 7.31. 1-0 count. Jake Tannenbaum did the catching earlier. Now he's the designated hitter. And he flies one down the right field line. Long run, Lavarco racing over and can't quite get there. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Goods also missed a chunk of time throughout the year dealing with an arm injury, but back for this stretch run of the season as we get set for postseason baseball. I believe Brookdale knows their opponent come the playoffs on Saturday. They're going to be taking on Ocean County. A called strike. Tannenbaum 1 for 2, had a single and grounded out. Game 1 today. And now the 1-2 pitch. Checked the swing, and he held it. Did he hold it this time? He did not, and he goes down on strikes. 2 out. So 2 out in the inning. Goods has a couple of strikeouts. And Teoscar Quayle, left fielder. Second straight start for him today. He popped out and lined out his earlier at-bats. And watches just off the plate, 1-0. So the Sharks, the first inning scoring chance. They didn't have many chances in game 1 over 5 innings. Runner goes, and it's right back to Goods, who makes a nice snag, and the underhand toss, and the inning is over. So a hit and a walk, and Goods works around it. Brookdale coming up in game 2 for the first time. Scoreless. And Brookdale coming to bat in the bottom of the first against the right-hand starter Jacob Galaz for Suffolk County, who deals the first one. Schmidt drops down a bunt in front of the plate, played by the catcher Oviedo, and the throw. And it was not quite in time, so Schmidt with a bunt hit. So that brings in Lavarco, first time in this game, too. After a two-hit game, one including a home run, which was his 18th of the year, leading all of the Region 19, and off the outside corner, 1-0. So Lavarco just continuing to mash this season. Speaking of mashers, Rocco Bresniak is waiting on deck, and the 1-0 is hit out to right field, going back Vigiano. That's going to be over his head and off the fence. To third is Schmidt. He's getting the wave. Lavarco stops at second. Relay throw to the plate. Safe. And now down to third, and the ball gets away. And a chance for Lavarco to score, and here he comes. 2 runs in, and you call that a Little League inside the park home run. It won't go in the books as a home run for Lavarco, but 2 runs are in. 2 batters in. Jersey Blues lead 2-0. It should go as a double and a couple of errors. As it was a double off the fence. Lavarco had been content to stop at second, and then he took third on the throw, and then when the throw back to third got away, he scored. There's a strike. And Bresniak off a 4-for-4 game 1. His last 2 at-bats triples. His first 2, he had singles. 1-1. So that batting average is creeping ever so close to the 600 mark now. I mean, this has just been an insane season. All-American type numbers. On 1-1. It's 2 balls and a strike. He has 12 home runs. He had a few RBIs earlier today, so that total up to 73 for the year. Batting average started the day at .567. And there's a strike. Already 2-0 Brookdale, looking for the doubleheader sweep. And they have now won 5 consecutive. Full count. Remember how long it took earlier today before Suffolk County got the first out of the inning. It was after a full turn through the order for the Jersey Blues, and they totaled 11 runs in that inning. Never looking back in a 16-1 final. Now the payoff. Outside ball 4, so 5 at-bats today, the 2 games combined, and 5 times on base. This is the first time he's walked. So Devin Smith, productive game 1, 2 hits, a walk, last time up, sacrifice fly to center field. And a strike called. Brookdale center fielder started the day batting at .453. That was top 5 in the region. Just the 1 home run, but he's been awfully productive in the middle part of the order. Runner takes off, and the pitch is dropped by Oviedo and make it an easy stolen base. So Bresniak had swiped 1 earlier today, and that is now 37. You talk about a guy who gets good reads on his stolen bases. To not be caught all season with that high a total, just another remarkable number that he's put together. Now in scoring position with a 2-0 and 3-0 and blocked by Oviedo, so no advance. Well, the rain has started to fall, but it's light enough that we've been able to play through it. Like we were pretty much dry for the duration of game one, but now it's coming down. And low, I thought was ball 4, but the at-bat continues here for Smith. And Galaz ready. And now it's ball 4. So Brookdale picking up like their first inning earlier today, in which the first 10 or 11 reached. Well, you've got the first 4 on to start this game with Shane Andrews, DH game 1, catching game 2. Nobody out, and a 2-0 lead. First pitch, a strike over the outside edge. Andrews, he was on base all 3 times with a single. Last 2 times hit by a pitch, and then was lifted late. Foul ball strike. The defense behind Galaz. In the outfield, the Sharks have Cuello, Winter, and Vigiano. On the infield, they go with Sittler and Quinlan on the left side. Strang and LaFroskia are on the right side. And Oviedo takes the turn behind the plate. 0-2 the count to Andrews. Runners take off. Pitches a ball, throw on a hop, and he's out. So Bresniak is caught stealing, stopped the presses, the first time this year. So he had stolen one earlier in the inning, but he's caught stealing third. Smith takes second behind him, and that is how Suffolk gets the first out of the inning. A 1-2 count. And Andrews swings and lines it. Fair ball down the line. And that'll bring in another run. Smith turns third. He comes in to score. Andrews takes the turn around second and heads for third. He's got an RBI triple. And what happened? And the ball got stuck. I don't know if they're going to rule that a ground rule double. The umpire is heading back there to check it out. And that appears to be the call, so they're going to hold Andrews at second. So he had circled the bases. I was watching the base runner just keep going, wondering how he was going as far as he was. But ball got stuck, so it's a double. And 1 run batted in to make it 3-0. And Gio Civ, a hitless game 1, but he was on base 3 times. A walk and a couple of fielders' choices. 3-0 the Jersey Blues, bottom 1. And a little bit high. One out recorded in the inning came on the bases. Bresniak caught stealing third. And it's hit sharply and flagged down by the shortstop Quinlan, who will get the out at first as the runner moves to third base. That is Andrews, and there are 2 away. So Kensel Flores takes his first at bat of the day. Came on for defense late in right field to give Lavarco a bit of a breather. 2 out in the inning. And strike 1 over the inside corner. One ball and 1 strike. Flores been a productive hitter at .327. Hasn't homered, but 14 driven in, and mostly a bench roll. Off the plate, 2-1. Well, Flores kept it going. Hunter Serrano would bat in the inning. Flores is the DH for this one today. And he works the walk. So 3 walks in the inning against Galaz. And Hunter Serrano will get the opportunity with 2 on and 2 out. Oh for 2 with a walk in game 1 was Serrano. See, once again hits in the 8th spot in the order. Runners at the corners, 2 out, a 3-run first inning for Brookdale. And knee high, a called strike, 0-1. One of the second-year Jersey Blues. Didn't play much shortstop as a freshman, mostly second, some third, but he's the regular at the shortstop spot this year. That one goes up and over his head, trying to score is Andrews, and he will. It's a wild pitch, scores the 4th run of the inning, down to second Flores, and that one really got away from Galaz. 4-0. And Serrano fooled on that pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Colbert waiting on deck, hoping for a first inning turn. Serrano, the 8th man up in this first, after Brookdale sent 17 to the plate in the first inning earlier this afternoon. Swing and a miss, and that'll retire the side, but a big number early, 4 on the board. We played 1 in game 2, a 4-0 lead. Top of the second inning, and Fabian Oviedo will lead it off against John Goods, who deals outside 1-0. Goods gave up a single and a walk, but worked out of trouble in that first to keep Suffolk off the board. Down low, 2-0. On deck, Ryan Sittler, who we have not seen yet in this doubleheader, and then Joe Strang as the 6, 7, and 8 hitters come to bat. And now it's 3-0. Oviedo had a hit in 2 trips earlier as the third baseman, but moves behind the plate for this game and takes a strike. Goods working quickly. But he misses low, ball 4, and a walk begins the inning. The second walk he's given up, and now it's Sittler. He's getting the game to start at third base. Batting at .286 this year with 11 runs batted in, no homers. Right-hand hitter, and he squares to bunt and then pulls back, and it's ball 1. So Sittler may be looking to give himself up here. 4-0 to score, Brookdale in front. On 1-0, first to throw over, and Civ had made a nice snag on that. We saw a pickoff throw in game 1 get away and just kept on rolling to that deep foul territory. Again, the bunt, and instead it hits him squarely in the back. So the first 2 on base. One second you think you're going to lay one down. Next thing you know, you wear one. So a walk and a hit batsman. And Joe Strang, the batter. And he was 1 for 2 earlier today, starting both ends at second base. Has a chance here with nobody out. And he's looking to bunt, and it's a strike. So this bottom part of the order, they're looking to advance runners. A successful bunt here would move them both into scoring position. And Civ is so close to the batter. Now the throw to third, and they got him dead to right. Not even close. As Oviedo is out easily. Andrews making the throw, and that's the first out of the inning. Well, he kept the ball in front, and I'm not sure why Oviedo thought he could advance. But that was not even remotely close. Andrews down to block this one, a ball and a strike. 2-1 to count. Check it. And a high pop into foul ground. Andrews coming over, but he won't have a play on it. Rain falling here in central Jersey at a 50-degree afternoon. Only a few fans on hand. They've got the hoods and the umbrellas. They need it on a day like today as Andrews smothers another one. Now it's a full count. Playoffs are on deck for both teams. Suffolk sits in first place in their section of the standings, so they're going to be postseason bound. And ball 4. So a troubling start to the inning for Goods. He's thankful that he has 1 out and was made on the base paths. Otherwise, the bases would be loaded with nobody out. Instead, you got 1 out. Dom Vigiano, right fielder. He drops down a bunt. Goods can't pick it up. It goes into no man's land, and everybody is safe. Talk about a small ball inning here. A couple of walks, a hit batsman, and a bunt that gets by the pitcher. Should go as a base hit for Vigiano, so bases loaded. Only 1 out. Now they're best at the plate. Lafroskia. Strikeout victim of Goods leading off this ball game. 4-0, but that lead in some danger. 1-0. Lafroskia 0 for 1 with a walk earlier today. And now he's got 3 on base. And he fouls one off Andrews. 1-1. Sittler is the base runner at third. Strang at second. Vigiano at first. Only 1 out. Another one in the dirt. Goods has been spiking a lot of his pitches in the early going. I think his catcher Andrews quite a workout. 2-1. And it's hit hard on the ground at third. Bresniak Field steps on the bag for one. The throw across, stretched by Siv. Got him. Double play. And just like that, Goods out of the inning. So they loaded him up, and they do not score. Middle of the second, it's 4-0. Bottom of the second inning, and the Jersey Blues will have 9-1-2 up in the order against Jacob Galaz. Righty winds, and the first pitch home is chopped first base side foul. So Colbert will be followed by Schmidt and Lavarco in the inning. Colbert the only one who didn't bat in the first. Brookdale sent 8 to the plate and scored 4. Lead it 4-0 as they go for the doubleheader sweep. And a strike over the outside corner. The win in Game 1 was number 40 on the season, as they started the day third place in the Region 19, behind the big two powerhouses. Sharply and through the right side, a base hit. Now leadoff single Colbert, and here comes Schmidt. Base hit his first time up in this game. Couple of base hits in Game 1. So he just continues to be an on-base machine. And strike one. Schmidt started the day at 329, a homer. No homers, 22 driven in. So among the regulars, he's the one who needs a long one. Throw over to first. And even without a home run, really been a very productive player from the start of the season. The everyday leadoff hitter. He has set everything in motion and has another base hit as it gets by the shortstop into center field, and the first two are on back-to-back hits. So you put a couple on, then you get Lavarco to the plate, and he can send one into orbit, as he did in Game 1, the 18th time that he's done so this year. What a season. I mean, just up and down this lineup, the guys who would put together tremendous years. And Lavarca with a big swing, and that rang right off the catcher's equipment. Strike one. Might have gotten a piece of the umpire as well. He does not get cheated with his swings. Up there looking to hit the ball as far as he can, which is a different approach than we saw from him last season. Fastball misses, a ball to strike. He was the regular leadoff hitter last year. Ended up getting hurt second half of the season, which cost Brookdale greatly. In his sophomore year, he's just been a powerful force, hitting in the number 2 spot in the order. And he hits a little squibber out to right field, and that drops for a base hit in front of Vigiano. Going to third is the runner there, and the bases are now loaded. It's Colbert to third, Schmidt to second, so 3 straight singles. They load him up and bring in Bresniak. Walked his first time after a 4-for-4 game 1. The corners are in, the middle infield back. And time called. A balk is called, and that brings in a run. How about that? A balk on Galaz. Colbert crosses the plate, and Brookdale gets gifted their 5th run. Must have been the slightest of twitches from Galaz. Wasn't anything you could see from here, but no argument, so I guess he was guilty. And Bresniak sucks one, but on the infield to the second baseman. It's grabbed by Strang. The ball not hit deep enough to advance the runner, so Bresniak is retired. Well, it's the first time we've said that today. 1 out. Devin Smith walked his first time. Infield comes all the way in. Brookdale already with a 5-0 lead as they bat bottom of the second. And Smith goes up with a first pitch hack and comes up empty. Schmidt now at third with Lavarco at second. And Smith looking for a couple of RBIs right here. A base hit would do the trick. 1-1. Too far away. Now first base is open. You could put Smith on, but then you deal with another good hitter on deck in Andrews. Two balls and a strike. Devin Smith takes 3-1. 1 run home in the inning on a balk. 5-0, the Brookdale lead. Three-one coming up from Galaz. Low and away, ball 4, and now they're loaded. So here's Andrews. Doubled his first time up, scored a run, drove in one in that at bat as well. Strike 1 over the outside part of the plate. Schmidt, Lavarco, and Smith all on and ready to get moving. If Andrews can plug one into the gap. And he hits it hard on the ground to second. Out there, the throw got him. Double play. They turn it 4-6-3, so the damage is just 1. We played 2 in game 2, 5-0. Top of the third inning on Brookdale TV as we stream live on YouTube. I'm Brian Goudsward, and they've got 2, 3, and 4 up in the order with foul ball strike. Will Winter, who had a painful first at bat, fouled the ball off his lower leg, was down for a few minutes, but stayed in the game, wound up getting a base hit. And he bounces another one foul. Now it's a 2-strike count. Lucas Quinlan, Jake Tannenbaum behind him in the inning. Brookdale 5, Suffolk nothing. And Goods misses low, a ball and 2 strikes. Working from the stretch. Fouled off. Goods is a tall right-hander, 6'4", the freshman. Another foul ball. Rumson, New Jersey native, attended Rumson Fairhaven High School. Ahead 1-2. And he bounced another one. And fly ball out to left center field. Smith easing over, and he holds out number 1. So Winter retired. Quinlan coming up. And the Suffolk shortstop drew a walk his first time against Goods. 1 out, bases clear. Right-hand hitter. And takes a fastball upstairs. 1-0. Goods looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. And he might be 2/3 of the way through to right field. Lavarco settles underneath it. 2 out. And Jake Tannenbaum will be the batter. 0 for 1. He struck out against Goods. It's 1 of 2 for the right-handers so far. And a high chopper to short. Easy hop Serrano. And that's the inning. 1, 2, 3. Easy does it for Goods. Middle of the third, it's 5-0. Bottom of the third inning, Brookdale coming up against Jacob Galaz, the right-hander for the Sharks. Brookdale in front by a score of 5-0. First pitch is over for a strike. Gio Civ leading off the inning as the Jersey Blues have 6, 7, and 8 up in the order. Rain falling a bit more steadily now. Another fastball, another strike called. 0-2. Kensel Flores is waiting on deck, and then it'll be Hunter Serrano. 0-2 the count. And too high. 3 straight fastballs from Galaz. Civ in this game 0 for 1, grounded out to short. Getting some run at first base now in the absence of Ryan Cole. The lineup with a wrist injury, but should be back for the most important games coming up next weekend. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Brookdale and the Ocean Vikings. Best of 3 series to begin on Saturday. And Civ, with kind of a defensive swing, fouled it off. If the rain continues at this clip, I'm not sure if they would look to continue playing or if they would halt this one at a certain point. Line to right, coming on Vigiano, and he can't get it, and it bounces by him. Civ is to second, and that ball goes all the way back to the fence, and Civ is to third, and he stops there. Now Brookdale can build up the lead to double digits as they did in Game 1. We could finish up here in the 5th inning by virtue of the mercy rule. Kensel Flores, the batter, drew a walk his first time. Ball 1. Suffolk has the infield all the way in, trailing by 5 runs. They don't want to give up any more. On 1-0. It's a strike. Ripped foul. Boy, Flores got on top of that ball. One-two pitch. Taken outside. And he's been productive in his at-bats with 14 driven in. Got a runner on at third, trying to drive home Civ. The pitch is reached for and fouled back. So it remains 2-2. Hunter Serrano waiting on deck, and he's the one who retrieved that loose baseball. Long turn at bat here, and it's chopped highly to first. The out will be to first, and a run scores. So Lafroski was thinking about throwing to the plate, but he gets Flores at first, and Civ crosses the plate to make it 6-0. So bases are now empty with one out, and Serrano the batter. There's a strike. Serrano struck out his first time against Galaz. That's Jacobs' only strikeout in 2 1/3 innings of work to this point. 1-1. Brookdale winners of 5 in a row now. Bouncing back off that sweep against Rowan Gloucester. They lost all 3 to their rivals from the south. Oh, and that got him. So Serrano will trudge down to first base. Looks like he's in a little bit of discomfort as he heads on down. And Nick Colbert, it's been all left-hand plate appearances for Colbert in this doubleheader against right-hand pitching. Ball 1. Colbert base hit his first time up. Solid single to right field. Came around to score. In the dirt, and Oviedo to block that one. Like game 1, the first inning has been the biggest for Brookdale. Wasn't quite as big in this one as game 1 when they scored 11, but still 4 nonetheless. A run each in the innings that have followed. And a strike. Left side foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So that one headed out onto the grass where doesn't look like there's many people watching. Games against Gloucester were pretty well attended. So they had a pretty good following that made the trip. Bounce foul. And right back through the middle, and that goes through for a base hit, stopping at second, Serrano, and runners at first and second. So a couple of hits for Colbert out of the number 9 spot, and the lineup turns over for a third time. Brookdale bats in just the third inning, and Schmidt, he's been a hit machine. Call him 2-hit Schmidt. Singles in the first and the second. Another ball in the dirt, and Oviedo, he also getting a workout. And off the plate. So Galaz is beginning to unravel here. 6 runs behind in the game. And 2 on base and behind 2-0 on a tough hitter, whom he has not retired in this game, and now it's 3-0. Well, a walk would fill the bases and bring Lavarco to the plate. And before long, this lead could become double digits. (3-0). Galaz pitch is down and in, ball 4, and here we go, loaded up. So Schmidt on base for a third time. And now you've got Serrano at third, Colbert at second, Schmidt at first. Lavarco already 1 home run today, came in game 1. A homer here would be in grand style and would make it a 10-0 score. And he hits it out to right field. That ball's deep, going back, and it is in play. 1 hopped up against the fence. 1 run in Serrano. Here comes Colbert to score. And it's a 2-run double, or single, a long single for Lavarco, who has extended the Brookdale lead to 8-0. Well, Schmidt must not have gotten a very good read on that ball, because he only advances 1 base. And a time called, and we'll see if we're going to get a pitching change here in this third inning. As the infield will surround, and Pete Blumenauer makes his way in, and he will make the switch. Brookdale batting in the bottom of the third with an 8-0 lead. We're coming back to Lincroft in just a moment. So Bresniak, the batter, runners at first and second. Brookdale has scored 3 runs in the inning, lead 8-0 on Suffolk County, who brings in Daniel DeBruin into the game on the mound. And righty to righty with the first pitch. High fly ball. It'll stay in the park. Pretty shallow right field toward the line and caught by Vigiano. And the runner's back to first and second. So Bresniak retired for a second straight time, which does not happen often. He's also been caught stealing for the first time all year in this game. So 2 out now for Devin Smith. Bruin has worked 26 1/3 innings this year with an ERA of 4.44. This is 14th outing. Well, Smith doesn't have an official at bat in this game. Both of his appearances, he's walked. And he's just not seeing many strikes. 1-0. So the line on Jacob Galaz, he worked 2 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 8 runs to this point, but he's responsible for the 2 on base, walked 5, and struck out just 1. 2-0. Driven to left field on the run, Cuello. He can't get there. That's back near the fence. 1 run has come in to score that Schmidt. Here comes Lavarco. He is in. It's a 2-run double for Devin Smith, who's on base for a 3rd straight time, and make it 10-0. So with that score, we once again could be out of here after 4.5 innings in this second game. Shane Andrews digging in. Brookdale has batted around in this 3rd with a 5-run inning this time around. 4, 1, and 5 are their run totals in the 3 innings, and 1-0. Andrews doubled, scored last time up, wrapped into a double play, 4-6-3. Behind 2-0. 3-0. Well, on deck is Civ. Lone base runner is Smith after a couple of runs batted in with an extra base hit. Taken a strike. And that's ball 4. So Andrews tosses the bat aside, and Civ will come up and be the 10th to bat in the inning. So 10th to bat in the inning and 10 runs across the plate, a 10-0 lead. After Brookdale totaled 16 in game 1 and won 16-1. 1-0. And Civ last time up got a gift of a triple on a ball that Probably should have just been a single, but it hopped by Vigiano, and all the way to third he went. Driven out to center field. Coming in is Winter, diving, and he held on to make the catch. So that'll end the inning, but a big one for Brookdale. They put a 5 spot on the board to make the lead 10-0. Teoscar Cuello leads off the top of the 4th inning against John Goods. Now in front by a 10-0 count. First one's hit on the ground to short. Serrano fields, throws in time. 1 pitch, 1 away. And it'll bring up Fabian Oviedo. Oviedo walked in his only turn in this game, 2-0. The on-deck batter is Ryan Sittler. As they've got 5, 6, and 7 up in the order, hoping to put any kind of runs across. That's hit hard but foul. So 3-1 count. Rain falling steadily. Hit hard, and that's a fair ball going down the line in right field. Lavarca was shaded way over, so he's got to run far to get to it. Finally does, and it's a double. So 1-out double. And Ryan Sittler will be the batter. And he was drilled his first time up with a pitch. 10-0 Brookdale. We're in the top of the 4th. Glad you're with us on a Sunday afternoon, not one that has any kind of sunshine. Slowly bants to second, and Colbert gets the out at first. Runner advancing to third. That's Oviedo, 2 down. No, the score holds. You get an out here, and you got a chance to finish him off in the top of the 5th, and what would be a doubleheader sweep. Joe Strang. Nice pick out of the dirt by Andrews behind the plate, 1-0. Strang worked a walk, and that was in the second. Goods has struggled a bit with his control. Falls behind 2-0. He's walked 3, and he's also hit a batter. But he and his team lead 10-0. Runner at third and 2 out. And a strike. Three and one. Inside, and he takes ball 4, so now they have runners at the corners. And Dom Vigiano, the batter, hitting in the number 9 spot. He had a base hit his first time, and that was in the second. No runs on 3 hits for the Sharks in this game. And a line shot toward left center field. That's a base hit, and will score their first run of the game. Oviedo comes in on Vigiano's base hit as he goes after the first pitch against Goods and knocks in the first run to make it 10-1. So Dom Lafroskia, who's their best hitter, but in this game has struck out swinging and grounded into a double play. Up and over the head, 1-0. That double play came with the bases loaded on a ball that he hit pretty solidly on the ground, but Bresniak was there to play it, got the force at third, and the throw across to first, and now Johnny Johnson's out. And they're going to meet with Goods. It looks like they might be doing some work on the mound in these wet conditions. So now the at-bat continues for Lafroskia on an 0-for-2 day. And now it's 3-0, and now the runners to second and third. Andrews the throw, not quite in time. That ball ricocheted off the backstop and carried back to Andrews and allowed him to have a chance to get the runner at third. But Strang is now there with Vigiano at second, so 2 in scoring position and a 3-0 count on a dangerous hitter, and that's off the glove ball. That should be ball 3. 3-0 count. Goods will look to deal a strike here. Waiting on deck, Winter. Instead, it's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Well, the last thing you want to do is make a game of this. Only prolong the action in these sloppy field conditions. Strike 1 on Winter, who was 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to center field. Sends one foul. Looks like this might be a pinch hitter for the Sharks. Number 30, Kevin Duran, who is taking the turn at bat. Left-hand hitter, ball 2, so you wonder if Winter is feeling the effects after hitting that ball off his leg. He stayed in, but might be a little uncomfortable. 2 balls, 2 strikes with the bases loaded and ball 3, so now a full count. With Strang at third, Vigiano at second, and Lafroskia at first with 2 out. 10-1 the score, Brookdale. And a payoff from Goods. Got him, strike 3. So he freezes Duran to leave the bases loaded. They score 1 and that's it, and it's Brookdale 10-1. Will Reyes leading off and skies the first one down the first base line. Long run over Tannenbaum over his shoulder and can't get it. It's a foul ball strike. So Reyes is now in the DH spot that was started by Flores. Serrano on deck, and then Colbert as Brookdale has the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Leading 10-1. So they need another run here to work it back to a double-digit lead. Now the new pitcher is the lefty Dom Lafroskia, who moves over from first base to the mound. High chopper to short. Quinlan fields and throws, 1 out. So Serrano has struck out swinging and been hit by a pitch, scored a run. Back in the third. 1-0. And off the plate. Ball. 3-1. Colbert on deck, already a couple of hits. And a strike. Serrano had already tossed the bat aside, but he's got a full count. I know he swings and pops one foul. So a couple of changes for the Sharks with Lafroskia on the mound. That means Tannenbaum has taken over at first base. Again, the payoff. Yeah, that hit him. Would have been ball 4. So a 1-out base runner. So Serrano has now been hit by a pitch 2 straight times. Colbert will head in there and bat from the right side for the first time now. After a couple of hits, lefty, 2 singles. And scored 2 runs. Brookdale 10. And they lead 10-1. First one way outside. Looking for the sweep against Suffolk County. The only meetings between these two teams. They saved it for the last games of the regular season. Ball 2 and off the glove, and to second goes Serrano hobbling. Well, now we're going to get a conversation here. 2-0. Ball 3. So Frosky having trouble finding the zone now. Went to a 3-ball count on Serrano, plunked him, and now behind on Colbert. And walked him. So now Schmidt, runners at first and second, only 1 out. Schmidt has only been retired once in the 2 games combined today and takes a breaking ball strike. In this game, too, he has singled twice and walked, scored twice. Runner from second goes, and now they both advance as the ball dropped by Oviedo. So Serrano to third, Colbert to second. Schmidt another base knock here, and it's back to a double-digit Brookdale lead. Frosky from the wind. Schmidt takes 2-1. First right-hand plate appearance for Ryan. And over the inside corner, a strike. Infield all the way in, and got him looking. So that's the second out of the inning. And Lavarca will take his turn. He's had a terrific game. 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a single. One 1-0. Got 2 in scoring position with Serrano and Colbert out there. 9-run Brookdale lead. And he takes the breaking ball for a strike. Another breaking ball, and again, Lafreskia spins one in there. 1-2 the count. Bresniak would be next. Lavarco on 1-2. Takes off the plate. He's got an RBI total better than 70. 18 home runs now. And now it's full. On the ground and through, a base hit. And here comes Serrano to score. They'll stop Colbert, trying for second and making it safely as Lavarco, and it's 11-1. So he's now 4 for 4. And Brookdale has restored their 10-run lead. It's Bresniak, and he is hitless in this game, which is a rarity. Walked his first time up and way outside, 1-0. Retired on a pop-up to second, a fly ball to right in the second and third, respectively. And I don't know if Lafrosky is going to give him anything good to hit here. Kevin Smith waiting behind him in the on-deck circle. 2-0. 3-0, and this is the old unintentional, intentional walk. That's one thing that Johnny Johnson said he was so impressed about his season, is that he's put up these kind of numbers when he's been pitched around an awful lot. And there's a strike. And he put him on. So they're loaded up with 2 out, and we'll bring in Smith. Colbert, Lavarco, and Bresniak, the base runners. Smith at the plate. 1-0. And he has walked twice and doubled. Double gave him a couple of RBIs. That was his last time up. 2-0. So it's been kind of a symmetrical offensive line for Brookdale, with 4 trips to the plate in each of the 4 innings for their top 4 hitters in the order. Now it's 3-0. Andrews would be next. Lafroskia with the pitch. And he gets a strike over. And a walk will bring in another run. Twelve to 1 the score. The inning continues. And it will continue after presumably a pitching change here, as it looks like the Sharks are going to go to their 3rd reliever of the game in a 12-1 score. Brookdale batting bottom of the 4th. Pitching change. Will be right back. Brookdale still batting bottom of the 4th. Brian Goudsard here with you on Brookdale TV. And Shane Andrews, the batter, 1 for 2 in this game. He faces a new pitcher, and that is Tyler Lockwood, who deals a strike. 12-1 the score. This one could be over sooner rather than later. Brookdale can hold the Sharks in the top of the 5th and get out of there with a double-digit lead. We should be done. Swing and a miss. Andrews doubled his first time, granted into a double play and walked since. Slow breaking ball got him looking, and that will end the inning. So we head for the 5th. It's 12-1. Top of the 5th inning, a chance to finish it off right here for Vinny Zaffaris. We'll try to get the final 3 outs and make John Goods a winner today. Went 4 innings, and Brookdale leading 12-1. First pitch, a strike. Lucas Quinlan leading off the inning. He has walked and flied to right, 0 for 1. It would be a doubleheader sweep for the Jersey Blues, and win number 6 in a row. On the ground to second, there is Colbert, 1 out. So Jake Tannenbaum started the game as the DH, worked his way over to first base. He's 0 for 2. 1-0 the count. Zaffaris is in for the 11th time this year. 2-0, and he's worked to an ERA of 4.32 over 16 2/3 innings. Line to center and down, a base hit in front of Smith, a 1-out hit. So now they're going to make a lineup change here and bring Joe Lomonaco off the bench.
15 for 21, guys. Tom, we got pinch runner coming in also.
And now we have a pinch runner, so
27
long
for
delay.
20,
Michael
27 for
Girardi
20.
will head over to first base in place of Tannenbaum. We saw Girardi on the mound earlier. And the batter, Lomonaco, takes off the outside corner, 1-0. 2 more outs to get, 12-1 the score, top of the 5th. Fouled it straight back. Lomonaco got a start in game 1 in left field and went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Left-hand hitter, and he pulls one foul. Got out ahead of it. Held another one back. And in the dirt. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He got him. Out number 2. So Fabian Oviedo will be the final hope. With 2 out and a runner at first, and Brookdale leading Suffolk 12-1. Zafaris first pitch, swing, and he fouled it back. It'll be Brookdale's 41st win. They've only lost 7 times. They are 3rd in the Region 19, also ranked highly in the national rankings. On the ground, Colbert's got it, and this game is over. And that is a doubleheader sweep. The final count in Game 2 goes 12-1. After Brookdale took Game 1 16-1. Couple of lopsided wins, and Brookdale just keeps on winning now with 6 straight to close out this regular season. So next up is the playoffs. We know they will take on Ocean. That will come your way next weekend on Saturday, start of a best-of-3 series. So we thank you for joining us all afternoon long, and with thanks to Sergei Kornienko, I'm Brian Gadsworth. Thanks again, and we say so long from Lincroft, New Jersey. Have a great rest